Perfect. Okay. So, before we get going with the session, it'd be lovely if everyone would introduce themselves, so your name, the school you're from in the chat. And I've got two questions here as well, which Georgina will also pop in the chat for you if helpful. But what are you already doing to improve climate education and reduce carbon emissions in your school? And if there's anything you'd like Green Schools Project, to help with, how could we help? Please also pop that in. We'll be referring to these throughout, but we'll also have a chance at the end for questions as well. So if while you're doing this, you have any questions as well, feel free at any point to put your hand up and ask, or add anything to the chat. And if we don't answer them as we go, we'll make sure we leave time to answer your questions at the end. So there'll be quite a section at the end for questions. But yeah, it'd be great to know who's in the room today. Okay. So I'll give you another minute to do that. Um, and then we're going to go on to what we're going to cover in the session today. Hopefully it'll be useful for everyone to find out a little bit more about our program and Green Schools Project. So these are the session outcomes for today. Hopefully you'll all find out what we do at Green Schools Project and how you can be involved. We'll explore a few of our resources and you can find out about the support we offer to schools. And then, as I said, there'll be a chance to ask any questions that you have or any specific questions about your school as well. So hopefully by the end of today, you'll figure out what exactly is this program? Is it right for our school? How do we sign up to it? Okay. Okay, so Green Schools Project. So Green Schools Project, we're about 10 years old now. We were founded by Henry Greenwood, who's still our managing director. And he was a former maths teacher and he was very much into sustainability in his secondary school. Came up with lots and lots of resources, did amazing work in his school, and realized there was a lot of schools who were in this position where they were really passionate about sustainability, about climate education, but there wasn't the time in the curriculum to develop resources, and schools and teachers were often starting from scratch. So he realized that he wanted to put this into a package of resources that was easy for teachers who don't have much time to use. And he wanted to offer the support for schools to do this. So we have a program. It used to be known as Zero Carbon Schools, but we call it a Green Schools program now. And it's a program of resources, training, and support to empower young people to learn about climate change, to build skills, and to take action, most importantly. And we've designed the session to be run in curriculum time. So ideally, we want to reach as many young people as possible. And by putting time in the curriculum to run this, we feel that we'll get the biggest reach. But we also can be run as an eco team or outside curriculum time as well. And there are options for schools to be supported remotely or also with visits. And we also have a fully in-person option. So there's lots and lots of different options, which I'll go through as well during the session. And we also are not the kind of program where we say, oh, we're going to just let you download these resources and away you go, we'll leave you to it. One of the things that is really unique about us is that we offer a lot of support to teachers. We have staff who are here if you want to give us a call, send us an email. We are always here to guide schools, and we realize this is something, especially the first year you run this program, it can be something you're trying to adapt and learn how to do. And we want to make that as successful and flexible for your school as possible. So we are a very supportive program. We also give a lot of support to help schools to involve their local community as well. So it's not just the year group doing the program, it's a whole school and the wider school community that we want to get involved as well. And so it's a very popular program. So last year, 98% of teachers we worked with said they would recommend us to other schools. So yeah, it gives you a little overview of what we do. I talked a little bit about action, and collective action is at the heart of our program. We don't, young people, children, they're not responsible for the climate crisis, and yet they're the ones that are facing some of the biggest impacts of it. So we wouldn't want to put, our program is not about individual responsibility. It's about working as a whole school community, and it's about doing things with other people and children and young people seeing role models in their school through adults who also care about the climate crisis and working together with others in their school to tackle the climate crisis has been shown to have really positive impacts on well-being, can combat the apathy about climate change that a lot of people feel, and really build kind of an active hope in young people. So yeah, our program is a lot about doing things together, about being role models in your school, and it's not about sort of, oh, you did this and you did that. It's a very collective program. These are some of our impact stats. So last year we had 7,696 pupils take part in our program. On average, schools who did our carbon calculator year on year, they reduced their emissions by 10.2 tonnes. We had 95% of teachers said that their pupils felt more positive about their role in tackling climate change as a result of the program, which is particularly important when we know that there is a lot of anxiety about climate change at the moment, young people feeling very apathetic or hopeless and worried. And so we know that this program can help young people to feel more positive by taking action with others in the school. And we know that 97% of schools said that the program has helped them to reduce their carbon footprint. So yeah, there's a lot of positive impacts from the program that we've seen. You can read some of our quotes there and see some of the other impact as well. There's a link. We'll share these slides to you after the session so you can read our impact report as well to find out a little bit more about the impact of the program. Okay. This slide hopefully shows how we've been growing as a program from 87 schools in 23-24 to over 180 signing up this year. And our target for 26-27 is 200 schools. We are open, now for schools to sign up. Georgina, do you remember the deadline? I think it's about a month's time, so we're open till July, but I can't remember which date.
Yeah, it's the 17th of July. So we have about a
Perfect.
month. Yeah.
Yeah, so we've, there's some time, still quite a lot of time for schools to sign up until the end of term. And yeah, we're hopefully on track to get 200 schools. So as a program, we are funded from trusts, grants and trusts and foundations, grants, corporates, local authorities and academy trusts. But we are actually free for schools to join, but we are funded from all these different means. So it's a program for schools. There's no cost to do our basic free program. So yeah, there's no sort of that doesn't stop people from signing up, hopefully. Okay, just to go into a little bit more detail about our program. So for the primary program, we offer around 26 pupil sessions throughout the year, and those are PowerPoints, and they are ready to download from our website once you've signed up, along with lots of support documents and guidance on how to use them, as well as support from staff. As well as I said, we're happy to have calls with you when you sign up, email, and we also do support sessions throughout the program that you're welcome to join to get support on. But we find the teacher feedback from the sessions is really good. Most teachers are able to just open them up, run them. There's teacher guidance notes, and they are designed to be between 45 minutes to an hour per week for those 26 sessions. They run after October half term till the end of the school year. We have some flexibility. So, if you need help in how to fit those in, we're very happy to show you how to do that. That works best for your school. We also offer 2 staff CPD sessions. These would be delivered by teachers in your school, or you could also pay for the premium program and a member of the Green Schools Project team will deliver them for you. These are to help embed climate and nature education into the whole of the school. So it's not just sitting with the year group doing the program, and also give support on your school's climate action plan and actions that a whole school team can do to reduce your carbon emissions. So they're really great to get the whole school involved. As part of the program, we also offer an estimate of your school's carbon footprint. So we will help you to actually target where your school can do the most to reduce emissions. And this is also useful for your pupils because they can use the carbon footprint as well. And they can use that to say, okay, we're going to, or our food or our purchasing or whatever it is quite high. What can we do as a pupils to take action on that? And they can use that to guide the pupil projects that they do as part of the program as well. And we really believe that the whole school, schools can often be like hubs in their communities. They're really important places. And you've got however many pupils in the school, but more than that, you've got all the parents and carers as well, which really can cause a huge ripple effect of more and more people who are impacted by this. So
I'm on the
we also
webinar.
give
I
a
can
lot of
take that.
support about how you can involve the whole school community in big or small ways, depending on where your school is in this as well. This is an example of our carbon footprint poster. Just so you can see a little bit about what it looks like. Actually, it's cut off here. I don't know why. But on the left-hand side of this poster, it would usually say energy, travel, purchasing, and food. So those are the 4 emissions areas we measure. And you can see there's a RAG rating here. So we also look at the data from other schools, similar schools, so it'd be similar primary schools, say, doing the program and compare whether your school is about the same, which is the amber, lower, which is the green, or higher, which is the red in emissions to those. So this helps on a per pupil basis because obviously schools are going to be completely different sizes and things like that. So you can compare per pupil the kilograms of CO2 in each of those areas, as well as getting the total tons of CO2 as well. So that's really helpful for schools to take action, for the pupils as well, for them to target their actions, as I said. And in this lovely picture here, you can see a pupil working out the purchasing carbon footprint for their school. Because we also have activities that are using real life data from your school, like a bespoke session that we have. So pupils can actually understand how to work that out for themselves as well. So yeah, that can be a really useful tool that we offer. It's an exciting time at the moment because we are in the process of updating our resources. So they will be fairly similar to what they've looked like in previous years, but we'll have a complete update of some of the examples and some of the structure this year as well. We usually tend to keep things on a sort of 3-year cycle where after 3 years we'll do a full update. So I don't have they're updated as they're being updated as we speak, but this is a rough guidance of what the project will still look like. So pupils start with the explore stage of the program. And that's where they understand the causes and effects of the climate crisis. And that's much more of a broad global perspective. And this year, with some of the updates, we're doing even more of a focus on the climate justice angle of that as well. So there are usually around 6 sessions that start after the October half term that start with the explore. So that's to give a real grounding in what is climate change, what are the impacts. Then we move to the investigate stage, and that's part of calculating an estimate of your school's carbon footprint, understanding the 4 emissions areas and what causes climate change, what is it that humans are doing that is causing it, and then obviously leading to how can we reduce it. The main crux of the program is the ACT stage. This is where pupils design and lead projects that aim to reduce your school's carbon emissions. And that can be based on your carbon footprint to make it really targeted. Pupils can choose areas where they're really passionate about, whether they want to do projects on energy, food, travel, purchasing, or sometimes we have schools doing biodiversity projects as well. And this, although we still have PowerPoints available for the whole program, it's actually also something that's going to be very individual to your school and very much led by what your pupils are going to be interested in tackling. And for all of these stages, we will give support sessions and guidance to help you to do this in the most effective way. And the last part of the program is Celebrate. And that's partly about influencing your local community and helping you to take action beyond just the immediate pupil projects. And it's also to celebrate what the pupils have done as well. We have certificates, and it's a way of them sort of reflecting on the work that they've done in the school as well. Okay. Georgina, I don't know if I haven't been monitoring the chat. Are there any questions at the moment, or I can carry on and save that till the end, but wasn't
No,
sure.
we
Yeah,
don't have any at the moment. But for anyone that joined a bit late, we did ask a question in the chat at the beginning just to say, what are you already doing to improve climate education and reduce carbon emissions in schools? And how can we at Green Schools Project help to do this? So if you haven't answered and would like to, then please do so. And thanks to Vic for your answer.
thank you. So, yeah, I've given you an overview of the program. For those who joined late, there will be an opportunity for questions, and we will share the slides at the end as well, so we can go over anything that you may have missed. But
Good idea.
just to,
Sorry.
yes,
Just a really quick one. Mandy has just asked, is it each year group or do you select a school?
yeah, really good question. So. The best way of doing it is the program is for years 4, 5, or 6, and any of those year groups, it's sort of pitched fine for those year groups. But we ask schools to choose one year group, and so say you chose year 5, you start it with that year 5 group, and then we encourage schools to do the program year on year. So then the next year it would be the next set of year 5s who do it. So eventually everyone in your school would have the chance to do it. But focusing on one year group at a time means that it's more manageable and no one's going to have the risk of repeating the program if you did it with 4s and 5s, for example. And it also means that, yeah, you can really focus in that year just on that group of pupils doing the program. But we know that you can't just make change in one year. I mean, you can make some change, but real change will take a number of years. So actually, we have a lot of schools on our program who do the program repeatedly, who've done the program for a number of years. And then that year group will always have the chance to build on the actions of the previous year groups. So it works really effectively just doing one year group. I mean, the program is very cross-curricular. We don't believe that climate change just sits under one subject area. It's a very cross-curricular kind of program because we understand that there are going to be links to all sorts of subjects like the ones that are shown on the screen now. And we know that young people really want climate change to be taught in a cross-curricular way. They want to explore the different aspects of it. Whether it's through kind of being more creative, whether it's through debates, oracy, there's lots and lots of links. And we show curriculum links on the teacher guide, so you will know when you are delivering a program which areas of the curriculum it relates to. So yeah, and you can see and we've had some really good feedback about the cross-curricular nature of the program and how that's really helped develop children's knowledge. And so we definitely want to build knowledge because we know a lot of young people don't know the details about what is climate change, what causes climate change, and the language, some of the scientific knowledge, mathematical knowledge, that you need to know. But we are also focused on the skills. So what are the skills that young people need to tackle climate change, and how can we do the program in a very pupil-led, action-focused way that develops some of these skills? So we also linked the skills that are going to be used in each lesson as well. Okay. This is an example slide from from our assembly, just to show you the kinds of resources that we have. At the start of the program, we ask schools to deliver an assembly, or a member of the Green Schools Project staff will deliver it for premium schools. And we try and make things as interactive as possible. In this one, we usually have a blow up earth and sun and a blanket to use a really accessible way to explain the science of climate change and carbon emissions and how that works to pupils using these props. But it can be done in ways that, we usually don't ask schools to necessarily have any special resources. Most of our sessions can be done just with a whiteboard screen to show the PowerPoints. We're not asking schools to have any additional resources. So it makes it really accessible for all schools as well. This is another slide from one of our Explore sessions. This is one of the first sessions that we have in the program, and it links to a video here as well. So we try and use a lot of videos where young people seem to respond quite positively to those. This is a great one that highlights what's been going on in the Solomon Islands from Ade Adepitan, and it shows a lot of the climate justice themes in this video as well in a really engaging, age-appropriate way. Someone's
Nobia,
got their hand up, I can see.
thank you.
Laura, please unmute yourself. Yes, go for it.
Sorry, I actually didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
Okay, no worries.
Thank you. Sorry.
Thanks, Laura. No worries. Yeah, but if at any point people do have questions, please feel free to put your hand up. Okay. So hopefully this has given an overview of what the program entails. This slide shows an example of pupil projects that have taken place last year that relate to food. Food is one of the 4 emissions areas on the carbon footprint. So we do have quite a few food projects. So these are just some of the examples. There's a nice quote here from Star Primary School in Newham. They said, we really worked on food waste and we've gone down by at least 20%. We have a board that shows if you like the food today or if you don't, and the chefs will see and they'll make more of that food if you like it. And that's from a Year 5 pupil, giving some of the impact from their food waste project. But there's a lot of different kinds of projects young people have led in their schools. For example, compost workshops, gardening days, growing fruit and vegetables. Pupils have led surveys in their school, surveying pupils and staff on food waste and emissions, campaigns to make packed lunches more sustainable. They've done presentations to canteen staff and head teachers for a meat-free Monday, made recipe books for plant-based food, or introducing compost caddies in each classroom for fruit and veg waste. So there's a lot. These are just some of the examples of the kinds of projects that children and young people came up with and implemented in their schools. And then there is also similar from the other emission areas as well. But this gives you a little bit of an example of the kinds of things that pupils have been doing. So I also mentioned that we run 2 teacher training sessions as part of the program. Climate Reality and Response is the first one, and bringing climate and sustainability into lessons. So we really want to help with some of the Department for Education sort of goals around, helping schools to get a climate action plan in place, helping staff to feel involved and to see how you can really put this into all lessons and all year groups. So even though, I said, oh yeah, we focus on 1 year group, say Year 5s each year, or whichever it is, Year 4, 5 or 6, we really do believe that to make a real impact, the whole school needs to be involved, and setting aside, these are usually an hour each, for the CPD in the school year can make a real difference, and get the staff team to feel like, this is something the school is really passionate about and we can all play our part in, and put throughout different subject areas. And these are just some lovely pictures from some of the community work that took place last year as well. It's nice to start thinking from now, when you join the program, are there any opportunities? Like these are often in summer fairs or different kinds of events that are already happening in schools. You can see children here doing uniform swap shops at their summer fair, so putting on a stall for the pupils who ran the Green Schools program. We've got people doing book swaps. We've got crafts and make your own patch. We've got sculpture exhibitions where parents and carers can come and see sort of pupils reuse materials on, I think this looks like an ocean theme or something like that, I'm not sure. But there's lots and lots of different ways to involve your school community in really engaging, fun ways that pupils like to get involved in. And this can be part of your pupils' projects as well. And we give a lot of information and guidance about how to do this in your school. And it can be on very different levels. Some schools, it might be a little article in the newsletter so parents can read about it, or they share their carbon footprint in the newsletter in the classrooms. Some schools might do assemblies and invite the parents to that. But yeah, as you can see, others are doing things like events in the summer fair or asking other organisations to come in. If you've got local organisations where they're doing similar things, that they can support parents, for example, on energy saving and saving money or things like that. So yeah, there's lots and lots of opportunities to do that and to really broadcast the impact of what the pupils are doing. And we give support documents and guidance on how to do that as well. We have, as I said, we often funded from local authorities and academy trusts. And if you're from an academy or a local authority that is funding the programme, sometimes there are opportunities there as well. Or if you are from an academy trust or a local authority, please do send us a message about how we can support schools in your area, including through the premium programme, which we have some local authorities and academy trusts who do fund as well, so that we can deliver things in person as well to some of those schools.
Zenobia,
yes.
Sorry, I was just going to say it might be a good point. There are a few questions, which some of which I can collate towards the end, but there are a few questions about cost.
Yes.
So I just thought maybe we could cover those now whilst you're
Yeah,
talking.
let's go. What do you?
About
Do you want to read them out, Georgina?
Yes. So first one is there a cost?
Yeah, no, there's no cost for most schools to join the program. If they are a state school, it's a free program. If you are an independent school, there is a cost. But for state schools, the program is free for the school to join. There is a cost for independent schools, and there is also a cost for the premium program if you want someone from the Green Schools project team to come and deliver things like the assembly, CPD, and we have a workshop for premium schools as well, a special workshop. There is a cost to that, but for the free program, it's free for schools to join. We get our funding from local authorities, academy trusts, and corporates and trusts and foundations. So we fund those places. So yeah, hopefully that clarifies that. And if you are an independent school, we can. When you join the program, there is a list of the prices, and I think the information doc might give a breakdown of those prices. Do you know, Georgina?
I don't think the information document does, but I can follow up.
Yeah.
I have a list of all the delegates, so I know exactly who from where, so I can up with you if that's helpful.
Perfect. Yeah. So feel free to email if you are an independent school or are interested in the premium program if you want to know the exact costs. So on the application form when you sign up, it also shows the breakdown of whichever program it is as well. Is there anything else on that?
I think that's everything for costs. There's a couple of other questions. Would you like to cover those, or should we go over those later?
Yeah, I mean, actually, we're coming to the end anyway. So shall I just finish this and then, because this actually does some of the premium costs anyway. And then we're almost finished the presentation, so then I can stop sharing this and we can go into the questions. Yeah, so as I said, we have a brilliant premium program. This can sometimes be funded, but some schools also pay for it themselves. And this involves 2 to 3 visits to a school or sometimes you can also do an online version where we don't do the visits, but we deliver things via Zoom. But the Green Schools project team often will come and deliver in person. So we will deliver the 2 teacher training sessions, and we will also do a whole school assembly and a workshop for the pupils participating in the sessions. At the moment, that's been a green jobs workshop, so that's been really popular. Young people get to learn what is a green job and how they can do any job in a way that helps the environment. So the cost of the premium program is £995 for in-person or £475 for online delivery. So there is an option, although the program is free, if you would like someone to come into your school to deliver these elements, then there is also that premium option you can choose when you sign up. And then this is all going to be circulated, but what next really? So if you haven't already, have a look at our Green Schools project information sheet, which will all be linked. And I think Georgina put that in the chat as well. We have some videos if you'd like to watch the program in action. Also can be helpful if you're not the one who sort of makes the decision on signing up. Feel free to share this with whoever in your school would be the best person. Usually someone in the senior leadership, if that's not you, would sort of have to okay the program as well. And then just hop onto this page for our school agreement and sign up. As I said, it's free for most schools, and yeah, it's a brilliant program that's had a really positive feedback from pupils and from teachers, that it's really easy to use, that it's something that everything's all there and the support is there. So hopefully that's all something, yeah, you can click on those links and we'll have a look in the chat and find out more. If there are anyone from local authorities or academy trusts here as well, feel free to get in touch, and we can arrange a call to talk about the specifics of that as well. But now, yeah, I'm going to stop sharing, and I'll actually stop recording as well. And I'll go on to the questions. Thank you.